Hello Internet, it's Morgan. Today I'm here with a video. Today I want to talk about the books I want to read this year. This is including books I haven't read and books I want to reread. So let's jump right in. First I'm going to start with the books I want to reread just to get them out of the way because they're pretty popular and everybody knows what they're about and I've read them already and I want to read them again. You get it. The first book I want to reread is a pretty obvious one, and it's Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. You know, this is my favorite series of all time. Yeah, and there's that. I've already annotated this, but I haven't quite figured out how to read around the sticky notes yet, but I'll figure it out. The next book I want to reread this year is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. I loved this book. I did a review of this book. I'm not sure how good that review was, but I did it. Ow, Cupcake! You're hurting me. Go. Yeah, I want to reread Carry On by Rainbow Rowell this year. This was a really fast read for me, so I figure I can do it really quickly. Couple days. It's like a 500-page book, too, so I was impressed with myself. I also want to reread City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. I think I've talked about this, wanting to reread this already, but I want to reread the whole Mortal Instruments series and the Infernal Devices, even though I haven't finished Clockwork Princess yet. And I want to read Lady Midnight and Lord of Shadows before the next book comes out. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called at this moment. Queen of Air and Darkness, that's what the last book is called. Thank you, Internet. The next book I want to reread is Angel Fall by Susan E. I read this a long time ago and I really, really liked it. And I want to continue on with the trilogy, but I feel like I need to reread this first. It's not very long. It shouldn't take me very long. The next book or books I want to reread is Luck's Beginnings by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I read this probably about the same time I read Angel Fall, and I really, really, really loved this story, and I read this bind-up, which is the first two books in the series, and I didn't continue, which I don't know why, but I didn't, and I'm going to do that this year. I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to continue on with the series, because I love this book, and I eventually want to continue reading more of Jennifer L. Armentrout, because I heard everything that she writes is really good, so there's that. The next book I want to reread is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I actually started rereading this already. I started listening to it on audiobook. I'm only about 3 chapters in, which is like not even 100 pages. But I want to reread this so I can read A Torch Against the Night because I haven't read that yet. And then I want to read is it a trilogy? The last book in the trilogy? I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it's going to be longer. But, yeah, I really liked this when I read it. I annotated the crap out of it. And I will be reading it again. These books have beautiful covers, even though they switched the new cover. Why do publishers do that? Why do they change the cover in the middle of a series? Why? Now, moving on to the books that I haven't yet read and that I want to read this year. Cupcake, that is my shoe. First, I have Splintered by A.G. Howard. This, I thought it was Alice in Wonderland retelling, but it's really not. It's about a girl named Alyssa, and she is a descendant of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. And she, like, has delusions, and she doesn't want to tell anybody that she's having delusions because she doesn't want to get locked up like everyone else in her family. I thought it was I guess it is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, but not really. I don't know. But I have the whole series, and I want to read them. The next book I want to read in 2018 is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I have to get a new copy because this happened. And I don't want to talk about it. But this is about everybody's talking about this right now, but it's a book about I think it's based in the future. I don't think it's post-apocalyptic. I think it's just based in the future. Where they have solved everything. They've solved war and hunger. They've solved disease. They've solved there's no more war. There's no more misery, and they've even conquered death. But there are these things in this world called scythes, and they're the only things that can kill people. And I guess this follows a couple of scythes in training that don't really want to be scythes. But yeah, I really want to read this. But I can't right now because it's been destroyed. And, like, I would try to read it, but the last, like, 2 chapters are chewed through, so. There's that. Thanks for that, Chloe. The next book I have has also been destroyed. It is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I really don't know what this is about. Like, I've heard some people say that it's an LGBTQ plus book, but then I've heard some people say that it's not. I don't really know. I just know it's a contemporary, and a lot of people were talking about it, and I thought I would be interested in it, so yeah, there's that. The dust jacket got chewed. Yeah. Next book I want to read this year. Why did I do that? The next book I want to read. Damn it. The next book I want to read this year is King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. This book came out last year. I haven't read it yet. I don't really need to reread Red Queen and what's that second book called? Glass Sword. Because I pretty much remember everything that happened in them. They were some of my favorite books, and I want to move on to this one because the next one comes out very, very soon. The next one's called Warstorm, I think. The next book I have that I want to read this year is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I've had this since the day it came out, and I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it yet because I haven't finished The Infernal Devices yet. I haven't finished Clockwork Princess.
And you know what? Somebody did a really honest review the other day of Clockwork Princess. I don't fucking like it. It's boring. Like, I like the characters. I do. I love Jem, and Will's an asshole. Sorry. But
Hi, baby. Did you have a good nap? You want to sit with mommy? Hi. Look. Say hello. Oh, that light in your face.
She's staring at me.
Do you want daddy?
No, she's staring at the camera.
where was I? Oh, I don't like Clockwork Princess. I got about like 120 pages into it. And, you know, I really like Clockwork Angel. I kind of like Clockwork Prince. I think I gave these books really high ratings too. But looking back at it, I did not have fun. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I need to reread it. I don't know, but Clockwork Princess is pretty boring, and nothing's really happening other than Will being angsty and a jerk, and Jem, like, dying. That's all that's happening!
That's the end of that rant. The next book I want to read should be pretty obvious. The next book I want to read should be pretty obvious because it is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I haven't read this yet. I don't like this edition that I bought. I don't know why I bought it, but there I have it.
Cheap.
I bought it because it was cheap. But I have it, and I'm going to read it because it's Sarah J. Maas, and I haven't read it yet, and everybody loves this series. Everybody says the series, like, really starts with the next book, but I guess I have to read to find out. The final book I have that I want to read this year is actually a trilogy, but I only have the first book out. I only have the first book out. It is Red Rising by Pierce Brown, the whole trilogy I want to read. I'm really behind on some books, guys.
I think I started that one.
Yeah, Austin started reading this one, and he got about 15 pages into it. He said it was enjoyable, but he never continued reading. So
I've been busy.
so I'm gonna read it probably before he finishes it. Looking at my shelves behind me, I kind of want to have an honorable mention, and that is 50 Shades of Grey, the trilogy. I am a hypocrite because I said I was never gonna read this, but you know what? I bought it because I actually had the first book and I gave it away. And then I bought the whole trilogy for me and for my best friend. She read them all in like a week. And I haven't even picked them up. I want to read these this year. I wanted some romance. Some steamy romance that's not like YA romance. Because you know that shit is censored. So I'm gonna read these this year. And the next honorable mention I have is The Murder Complex. The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. The duology, because I have both of them. Oh, hi, Buttercup. Okay, so I think that's all the books I have that I really want to get to this year. I know it's a lot for me, and looking at the stack of books that I have, it's kind of intimidating, but I want to conquer these books this year. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, and if you want to see more videos from me and my heathens, subscribe. I post videos when I can, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Bye.